Hey guys, this is Bankai reporting live from the Nexus, and today I'm answering a question, perhaps a somewhat blunt question that popped up under my all new players need to do this video. A user asked a simple and understandable question: why play Hawken in 2020? When you consider the server conditions, the micro player base, and the never-ending venom coming from some of these players, it isn't hard to see why most of the game's decent and great players said bye-bye Hawken. But I wanted to answer this question in a not so simple way. You see, many people have told me to play Titanfall instead, and they've told me that Titanfall is a good alternative to Hawken, and this is true, at least for most people. However, there are some elements to these games that keeps me going back to Hawken as opposed to sticking it out with Titanfall, and that's exactly what I'll be explaining in this video. So keep watching as I explain why a broken, deserted Hawken still gets my vote over the polished and inclusive Titanfall 2. Now, to be frank, Hawken is in a desolate state. More than technical reasons, the community is always rife with cheaters and gamers who really make a rough experience even rougher. I always call it the ghetto of gaming, honestly. So while Hawken still gets my vote, I'm not pretending as if it has a technically better experience to offer than Titanfall 2. If you're short on patience, definitely go to Titanfall 2, guys. I can tell you that in good conscience. And by the way, remember to give this video a like and a share, and definitely hit subscribe. Commit to the Nexus for the most unpopular opinion on pop culture. I also do PvP commentary just like the one you're listening to right now. So without further ado, let's get started. Playing Hawken requires so much more from a gamer, in my opinion. And it's in terms of everything, whether it's situational awareness, reflexes, and just so much more. Hawken at first, guys, can feel like you're being punished. This is due to the small player base, meaning you have to contend with seasoned players and top tier players more often than you really should. And that thrown in with some pretty complex mechanics, and you've got a very steep learning curve here, guys. Now, this major difference between these games is where Hawken offers a more gratifying payoff, in my opinion. When I first started playing Hawken, I deleted the game like 5 different times. I was just overwhelmed. Then when I found that I could keep up and even beat some of the best remaining players after about 7 months of rigorous training, I must say that was a very good feeling, guys. Think Dark Souls once you start to get the hang of things, and not many games offer you that sense of accomplishment once you achieve something. While Titanfall is a good game, like I said before, it's the kind of shooter where shooting isn't always the point. For instance, you have these game modes, I forget the names of them, where you have these AI enemies and allies they just flood the map for whatever reason. I forget if it's attrition or one of these game modes. And you know, the wall running and all these things. I mean, I'm a fan of shooters that just make you shoot things up. You know, I don't need to run around, pun intended. So while I see the appeal in Titanfall, you know, in its combat to some degree, I think Hawken's combat in concept is superior, not only in terms of the dynamics, but also by simply getting to the point. It's a very unique combat system presented in Hawken, guys, and this is evident in the fact that after everything the game has been through, there are people who are still populating these servers and playing this game. The way you have to prioritize your primary weapons and secondary weapons for situations that make the most sense in terms of maintaining accuracy and damage output, you know, it's just incredible. The way you have to manage your fuel and preserve your special ability for the moments that make the most sense, and so on. I mean, I can't even think of everything right now, guys, but these little things really make a difference in how you play this game and the kind of results that you get whenever you pick that controller up and enter a lobby. And sometimes throwing rounds from the AR with your left arm and coupling it with toes from your right arm feels like you are in a high energy boxing match with your opponent, guys, and it's just one of the most incredible feelings in the world. Now, Hawken may be filled with problems and the console version is nowhere near the more polished PC iteration of this game. But if we strip Hawken down to a concept, and if we isolate the combat mechanics from the other shitty things going on with this game, it's clear to see that Hawken is indeed a broken masterpiece. Yes, Titanfall 2 is polished and more populated, but I simply don't find it as gratifying, and I definitely don't find the combat to be as fulfilling. There's something about wrecking an enemy mech and reveling in its fiery remains after a fresh kill as you consume its EU that makes you feel like an absolute badass, even with shitty frame drops and what is damn near PlayStation 2 graphics. But that's enough from me, guys. If you're a Titanfall 2 player, why do you stick with Titanfall 2? Why do you think, that game is unique in its own right and superior to Hawken? Outside of the obvious things, such as the game being more polished, we're speaking on the conceptual level. And to my Hawken comrades, what do you personally prefer about Hawken compared to Titanfall 2? Be sure to share your thoughts below. By the way, remember to like and to share this video, and definitely hit subscribe, unless of course you're a waste man. That's right, guys, I don't make videos for waste man. Until next time.